Hey everybody, Krystal Gamer here with a new fun video. At least I think this is fun because it's in island living and I love island living, so everything in island living is fun, at least from my perspective so far. So, welcome to anyone that's new, by the way, and we are looking at a restaurant today, restaurant/bar. I think I'm going to upload this to the gallery as both, do a little test and see which gets more downloads. I actually asked on Twitter if people thought that it makes more sense to upload things as bars or as restaurants, because I'm really not sure which is the best way to go. And I got kind of mixed opinions. A few people said that they use restaurants more in their game, but one person made a very good point that you can only use restaurants if you have dine out. So since this serves as both, I don't know, that's a good argument for putting it in as a bar, but so I think I'm going to put it up on the gallery as both just to do a little bit of a test and see which ends up getting more downloads. That'll be kind of an interesting test, right? And so the big thing with this restaurant and bar, whichever you want to call it, the big thing that I wanted to do with this is one of my things that started with a roofing project, actually. On the build video, it's not really starting with a roofing project, but in my head, it was a roofing idea. And what I wanted to do was create this sort of 3-tier hut look with these thatched roofs. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this before, but I have, where it sort of like looks like a hut tower, if you will, and it's got multiple tiers of hut thatch roofs, whatever you want to call it. I don't know the names of anything like ever, but but yeah, so I wanted to do this tiered thatch roof thing. So that's why the build started out as tiers, because I knew that I was going to need to create the roofs over that. And I wasn't quite sure when I started, I wasn't entirely sure exactly how many floors the actual build was going to have or how large it was going to be and all of that. And what we ended up with was 2 floors. And I was able to create the hut thing. It did take a lot of tweaking. I've got a decent amount of the hut-like tweaking on the video, but not all of it, because it just took me forever to get it exactly the way I wanted it, and I kept changing it and changing it and changing it, because that's what I do. And we'd be here with like a 30-minute long video of me just changing the roof every 3 seconds. And so I showed some of the detailing, but not all of it. I don't know. My husband said to me, you know, people might want a tutorial on that because you've spent a lot of time. I said, geez, I don't even know. It's possible people might want a tutorial, but I spent so much time tweaking the dang thing. I don't know that I could even do a tutorial on it, because I'm too much of a dang perfectionist and I have to tweak things 500 times. And so by the time we got to the end of it, I wasn't even sure exactly how I got there. Although it ended up, actually, I have to say, at the end of it, it's probably not, it's not that difficult of a roof by the time I get to the end of it. It was just, I wanted it to, how can I say, I wanted the top hut to flow into the rest, and when you set it up on a different floor height, it doesn't really flow into the rest. And for some reason, the roofing trick that is supposed to work, which is to create a build or a little room next to it and then take a roof and move it over onto the thing and set it up top. That is a roofing trick that is supposed to work that I have tried on multiple builds, and for some reason that trick does not work in my game. I would say the vast majority of time. I've had it work before, but it's been a long time since I've had it work, and I don't know why that is, but it's really irritating. But nonetheless, that roofing trick does not work for me in more cases than not, and I tried it on this one, and it didn't work on this one. So it did take me a lot of tweaking to get the flow on the roof that I wanted to have, because I did want to have my 3 little thatch roof tiers, I don't know, like flow into each other and look right. They needed to be the right spacing and all of that. And yeah, I had like 2.5 tiers for a little while. It changed a lot. But anyway, that's all my roofing woes, or at least some of my roofing woes with this. And I enjoy roofing. But yeah, so the inside of this, it ends up being 2 floors, and man, oh man, I want to eat here so badly. If I played the game regularly, my Sims would definitely be going to this place, especially if I had a couple that I wanted to do some romance stuff with. When you're on the 2nd floor, there is a view from every seat in the house. It's just gorgeous. And the 2nd floor is set up so that it's all 2-seater seating. So it's meant for couples, and the 1st floor is meant to be a lot more lively. And we're going to look at this stuff at the end. I'm doing this sort of cinematic tour at the end rather than screenshots, because it's a little bit of a tight space and screenshots weren't really going to do it justice. So I thought I would do this overhead sort of cinematic tour with it instead, and that might give you guys a better feel for the place and what it looks like, because it does kind of have a lot of tight spots. This is very much, I don't know. I grew up in Massachusetts, and we have this town called Rockport up there, and it's a seaside sort of fishing town type place. So not tropical island, but this would work either way for that. But that's sort of what this is to me. The weathered is all wood. The wood is all weathered. Talking backwards. But no, I wanted a very weathered look for the exterior, for the flooring, for all of that. And I love this new weathered wood look that we got. It's perfect for sort of the seaside fishing town place, and someplace that you could absolutely see on an island as well. So this one here uses a decent amount of stuff from the pet stuff pack, or the pet expansion pack. Cats and dogs, that's it. That is what it is called, the Cats and Dogs expansion pack. This does use a lot of stuff from there, because it does have kind of a nautical feel. It's sort of, I don't know, it's cross between islandy and nautical. I use the island bar inside and a lot of the islandy kind of elements on the windows and obviously the thatch roofs and everything, but then it's got a very nautical look as well. So a lot comes from Cats and Dogs. And man, I have already talked our way into the cinematic. So now we are looking at the exterior. You can see it's got this porch going all the way around, so couples can walk out there and enjoy the view and everything. It's got some benches up front for if there's a waiting line to get in, and there's a board out front that's meant for them to post the specials and stuff. And so now we're in the inside. This is the 2nd floor. This is all the 2-seater seats that we have up here. And it's very romantic. I've got these great island shots going all the way around the perimeter at the top, and then mounted fish going at the bottom. And the island shots, by the way, if you're interested, they come from Mandy K77 on the gallery. There's a couple of people on the gallery that somehow create artwork that is non-CC artwork, and she's one of them. She does a lot of good things, and I definitely recommend her. And we're gonna get a closer look at the view and some of that artwork in the second portion of this cinematic on the 2nd floor. And I love this particular artwork. She has 2 that she put out recently. One is a beach themed and one is a tropical island themed. I think that I ended up using the tropical island themed artwork, and it's super awesome. And you can see, I mean, look at the views. God, the Sulani, this world is just so very amazing. Definitely my favorite Sims pack. I do have some complaints about things we're missing though now, but that's for another video. But I still love the pack. It's still like the best pack ever. So, you know, I'm always going to have some complaints, but But yeah, so we were just on the 2nd floor and we had this beautiful view that I did at sunset and all of that. And now we are looking at the 1st floor and we're actually closer to sunrise. It's about 7:30 in the morning. So we only have a couple of people in the bar, and you can see we have 2 people at the bar. You know, if they're there at 7:30 in the morning, these are some local lushes that are at the bar. But this bar area is meant to be more lively with the big tables, the jukebox, and all of that stuff. And I had fun detailing the kitchen, and we have a little waiter stand area, and then we have the area where the waiters and waitresses pick up the food and all of that. So yeah, this one was kind of fun. yeah, so that's the place. I hope you guys like it. It is on the gallery and under Krystal Gamer 1. And yeah, if you like this video, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think, all that good stuff. And thanks so much for spending the time with me. Hope to see you all back again next time. Bye now.